What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar, and we are talking about two cryptos today, Toshi and Turbo, all in one. Hit that like button, subscribe if you want to see more content like this, and let's get into it, okay? We're going to talk about Toshi first, and then we'll talk about Turbo, though Turbo, I think, is actually pumping today where Toshi's down today. Both have done well over the past couple of days, and, I just want to say some things right off the bat, which is that, as I said over here, any pump that happens, don't get euphoric. Wait for it to come back down. Any dump that happens, don't get depressed. It's going to come back up, right? Don't worry about it. We just had a massive liquidation event. We're probably going to move sideways and figure ourselves out for about a week or so, or more, or maybe more, before moving up higher again. Again, every pump that we have from here is not just going to be a wicked snapback. Just because we saw price action like this does not mean it's going to happen just like that right now. We're probably going to be stagnant and then slowly move up, right? It's like here, when we moved up, did we dump through the floor immediately? No, we slowly moved down and then we shifted back upwards, right? We moved down here. Is every pump going to send us through the roof? No, we're going to slowly phase back up and then continue. We probably do continue to new highs, new all-time highs, and all that stuff. Looking at this here on a 1 hour time frame, and we're on Coinbase too, so this I think is the biggest exchange as far as volume goes. To me, looking at the price, it looks like you're rolling over, doesn't it? I like to call this rolling over. Typically, when you roll over like this, you get a stab. What I mean by a stab is like a direct shot down, like something like this, like a red candle like that. Genuinely, not financial advice, not a financial advisor. This candle here, it's down. It's like a 10% candle. We could see that. We could see a big stab down. I mean, let me see. Let me actually, just from here. Yeah, we could drop 10%. We could drop all the way down to 307. Absolutely, we could. And again, don't get depressed on the drops. Don't get euphoric on the pumps, right? We moved up here, lack of volume. Total lack of volume, right? We're rolling over. We're probably going to come down. Typically, whenever you move like this, whenever you see this kind of rolling over, you do get a stab. It ends with a stab, and then you recover, and then you come back up. Let's see if we can find an example of this. I mean, that's kind of a good example there, but that's kind of cheap, isn't it? Because of the dynamics that took place on the 10th. This is kind of the same thing, but to the upside, right? Rolling over, but then stab, you see, to the upside. Typically, that's what happens. Typically does not mean it has to happen, just typically. Let me see if I can find another example of this. Kind of, not really. No, I don't want to spend too much time looking for examples, so that's fine. Right, that's totally fine. But what we're doing here, I would expect we get some kind of a move down. If we're looking at this from the relative low to the relative high. Hold on 1 second. I got to crack the neck a little. There we go. All right, low to high. 308 right now. I would expect it to go down to 3076 to 3073, somewhere in that area there. Probably find support. The lowest that I could see us going, I don't think we go below the lows on the 10th. The only reason why I accept that we could is because Toshi, unlike most coins, did not see a decoupling, right? It didn't depeg. It was on Coinbase. It was actually held up pretty well. So it's possible that we could go down to 3069, 3066, maybe, but I'm not expecting that. Personally, I would expect we find support at 3065, 3073, 3075, 3073, somewhere in that area. And then we continue to move up higher, right? And again, this drop probably happens. I mean, if we're looking at it on the 1 hour time frame, I would expect between today and tomorrow, we'll probably see that happen, if I'm right. Looking at the RSI does look bearish, right? We've had a downtrend here, lower highs, lower lows. You've kind of rolled over with your RSI as well. Typically, whenever you have your downtrend here and you get an uptrend, your downtrend ends in the oversold zone. Your uptrend should also end in the overbought zone. But whenever you roll over like this, you turn it into a sideways trend and then a downtrend. That's actually very bearish, especially right after a downtrend like this. So I think that you definitely have some lower prices ahead of you. Stochastics look bearish and the MACD looks bearish too. I wouldn't be surprised by the time most of you watch this video within the next day, we're probably down at these areas that I'm talking about. Again, 3076 to 3073 is not a big deal. Who cares? Buy. Don't panic sell. Okay? Do not panic sell. Not financial advice, not a financial advisor. Make all the bad decisions you want, but buy. Don't sell. We're getting set up for bullish divergence is what we're doing here on the 4 hour time frame. We move back down. Imagine we move down. Imagine we do see prices down here lower than this level here on a closing basis. We get below 3076, okay? Imagine we do close below here. We'll have a higher low in the RSI, and that will be bullish divergence. That will allow us to grow from there, okay? Stochastics, tried to get overbought, but you couldn't. That's a bearish sign in itself. We probably get oversold. MACD, we crossed green, but hey, it didn't merit much. We're probably going to come down, maybe form some bullish divergence on there as well. With this look on the RSI, it gives me a lot of hope that we don't take out these lows. It gives me a lot of hope that that is the low. but I still believe that we close below here, and that's at 3076, which lines up very perfectly with this low to high that we had here, right? At 3076 to 3073, we're probably going to go below 3076. That's my guess. The RSI agrees. The stochastics agree. The MACD, it's bearish, so yeah, it agrees too. Daily time frame here. Looking at this, we are at the 50, an area that we do like to bounce, but we do have a relative double top. I might like to see this come down to the 40 to find support. 40, oversold area. Don't get oversold itself. If you get oversold, Toshi, you really could see a lower low than this, and I don't think that you want to see that. Overall, I think you're holding support. I mean, we look at this overall, you're definitely holding support. You have higher lows, right? Dating back to here, you've got these higher lows coming into play. And let's even go back, I think even further back. Let's go all the way Toshi 3. Let's look at this here. Hold on. We'll date it back, way, way back here. Looking at this. See, there you go. There's your massive wick all the way down, just not on Coinbase. We look at this. Largely, you've been holding this trend line. Largely, you have. Moments where you go below, but those are the, anytime you're below here, it's the best time to buy. So if we go down there, that's at 3069. Again, just below there is okay. I doubt that we go down there, but if we do, it's okay. It's like literally the best time to buy, as we can see here. Every single time that we were below this line, most opportunistic moment to buy, largely being held up. Inevitably, I do think that we're about to break out. I think that we're at a massive kind of crucible moment. I don't know. We're at this moment where we're about to pop. I think we would have continued. I think we would have popped if this crazy event on the 10th didn't happen. But we've got this massive, it's almost like an ascending triangle right here. Massive momentum, massive pressure being built up. When this thing rips, I'm telling you guys, you're not ready. It's going to be spectacular. We're going to teleport. Everybody who's been investing in Toshi this whole year, since April, right? No matter where you've bought, you're going to feel very, very vindicated. And it's going to take like a moment, man. It's going to be so, you're going to be very, very happy that you bought Toshi. Not financial advice, not a financial advisor, but I very much believe that we will see this thing teleport, straight teleport to half a cent, 1 cent, somewhere in that range there, okay? And I'm thinking probably closer to 1 cent than half a cent. But from here, that's a minimum of a 5.6x, a maximum of a 13x, and in the middle there, you know, about an 8x is possible as well. So I think that we'll probably see about an 8x or more. I really wouldn't be surprised with all this pressure building, because as we've found this all-time history chart, to me it's more reasonable, especially with this amount of consolidation we've had, not just here, but like really throughout this whole phase. I think it's more reasonable to expect a cent. 1 cent psychological resistance, 13x move. What would that give us actually on Toshi here? Let's see. I can see my COAI video is already aging well. 335 million, 13x. It's like a $5 billion market cap, right? Something like that, around there. Maybe just less. I don't know. I'm not going to do that math right now. So it's not a psychological area there, but 1 cent is still a psychological point of resistance. I really wouldn't be surprised if we stopped there. Inevitably going higher. Toshi has amazing prospects, you guys. We're going to see, I believe, by the end of the cycle, something at 5 cents, technically like 5.2 cents or more. Maybe as high as 12 cents, something like that by the end of the cycle. Could we go higher than that? Probably not. We could, but I think the highest that we could see would probably be around like 15 cents, yeah. So 13 cents, 12 cents, 5.2 cents at a minimum by the end of the cycle. That's where I think we're going to go. It all starts soon, but just don't be sad if we get a little bit of a downward move over the coming days, okay? It's fine. Weekly time frame here. RSI looks great, stochastics look great, and the MACD looks great as well. Very bullish on all fronts. You're coiled up and you're ready. You're waiting for the big move to happen. Any week now it's going to happen. You're getting shaped up for a very bullish end of year finish, okay? It's going to be spectacular, so don't fade Toshi, okay? Let's move on to Turbo. Remember how fast this thing moves, you guys. It's going to move just as fast. We're going to move on to Turbo. Turbo here. Let me do something real quick, you guys. Hold on. Okay, everything's up to date. Cool. Just making sure. And la-di-da-di. I'm at the party. Anybody know that song? Leave it in the comments. La-di-da-di. I'm at the party. Or is it I like to party? I'm at the party. That's what it is. Anyways, 0028 is the price right now. $0028 on the daily time frame. Again, up over the past couple of days, just like I was saying for Toshi in the beginning here. Don't get too excited with these pumps. Okay, we had a massive sell-off. We'll probably stagnate. Pumps will get dumped into, dumps will get pumped into. We're just moving sideways. We're figuring ourselves out before we move higher. I could be wrong. Turbo, for example, has seen quite a bit of stagnation, and from the high to the low, it's dropped overall 90% in the midst of a bull market. We've been moving sideways since May. We've been consolidating for a very long time, where Toshi's been kind of rallying. It's been steadily moving up. You might be overdue for a move up, and not every crypto that moves up today or tomorrow or the next day is going to rally right now. Maybe Turbo does. Again, it's hard to say, but my instinct tells me don't go chasing pumps, okay? Don't go chasing pumps or you'll fall. It's not good, okay? You don't want to do that. 1 hour time frame. To be fair, the 1 hour looks good. The 1 hour actually does look somewhat good here. Volume's coming in a little bit. That's nice to see. I have to admit, I actually like the way the 1 hour looks. RSI looks good as well. You're at an area to bounce. I think the RSI looks good, and the stochastics are weird, but they look fine, and the MACD is also fine as well. Yes, it's red right now, but it's over the zero. It's green overall. It's positive. I would say this, right? If we do go chasing waterfalls, if we start to come down, it's okay if we go down to 0025. We're at 0029 right now. Go down to 0025. It's not a problem. So I'm not calling for this. I'm not expecting this right now. Maybe I should, but I'm not calling for this. If we go down to 0025 or something around there, give or take, it's okay. It's not a problem. Go down, come back up later, right? That's what's going to happen. It's not going to be a big deal. But I would expect that we do move higher, just looking at this now. So let's talk about that. Let's talk about moving higher. Where are you going to go? Well, if we look at this from a relative high to the relative, is this the low to take? I don't know. It looks respected to me. I'm going to go with it maybe 003 to 0032. We're at 00289 right now, so just a little bit higher, but something higher nonetheless. Could we go higher than that? Absolutely we could. Abso-freaking-lutely we could. RSI looks really good. The RSI looks really good. Yeah, we've got lower lows and lower highs right here. Right there, bam. But guess what? Oh, I didn't draw that line the best, did I? Guess what? You broke out of your trend. You're above the 50. You found resistance there twice, and it didn't hold you down. You actually are above the 50. You look good. You look like you want to continue. So continue. Stochastics look great. The MACD is the only thing that looks bad. But I mean, at the moment, it looks good. You're at least getting green and doing something with it, which is what's nice here. Daily time frame, zooming out a little bit more. Overall, if we take this low here to this high here, went down to your 1414, found immaculate support. Yeah, I see it, man. You're probably going to come up a little bit. Now, what I will say is the same thing that I said with Toshi, and the same thing I already said is don't get too excited, don't get overzealous and buy the high. I wouldn't be surprised if we continued higher right now, but we probably do come back. I wouldn't be surprised at all if after we hit like 0032, 0033, whatever, I wouldn't be surprised if we came back to this exact price to find support and then move higher, okay? My thoughts are Turbo is very near a point in time in which it's going to break out of this downtrend, okay? You just got to break back into it, and then maybe sometime later this month, perhaps next week, that'll be when things really start to get exciting. That's my expectation. Daily time frame, daily RSI, oversold here. I don't think, I wouldn't mind if you came back down and we had some bullish divergence form, but I just don't think you're going to see that. Very bearish overall on the RSI, if we're being fair, but I am bullish right now. The MACD is bearish, but the stochastics are bullish, man. Bouncing right here off the oversold zone like this is actually a very positive signal. I think the coming days are going to be good for Turbo. I really do. Ultimately, we're expecting big things for Turbo. We're expecting new all-time highs, all that stuff, all that jazz. Looking at this here, from the current all-time high to the low of April, high to low. Not that low, not the scam wick, just this low. The expectation would be that we see Turbo go all the way up to 2.7 cents, all the way up to 6.2 cents, somewhere in that zone by the end of this next endeavor, which could be by the end of October that you're up here. I would think more so probably November, December. That's about a 9.5x to 21x potential by the end of the year. That's what I'm expecting, okay? So massive potential there. Turbo also has 100x potential just like Toshi, and even beyond 100x potential just like Toshi. I think that we will see Turbo at a, let's say, a minimum price of like 11 to 15 cents by the end of the cycle, and a maximum price of perhaps 66 cents, something around there. likely I think you would stop somewhere around a 30-cent price, which is about 100x from where you are now. So that's my expectations overall. I don't think I have anything else that I want to say. I've said it all. So maybe we can look at some ribbons real quick. Always like to look at ribbons. They're good to check in on. I don't know when the last time we checked on Turbo's ribbons were. Don't worry about the weekly ribbon. It's neutral. It's insignificant. It's being disrespected. So disregard it entirely. Daily ribbon looks bearish. Really here, even though it looks bearish, we get some key points to kind of pay attention to. This red line here, getting above 2038, and it probably comes down. So let's lower that. Let's mitigate that. Let's say 2037 or 2036. Getting above those levels will be very key in validating this low for Turbo, and also providing that you will continue to grow. You'll probably flip this daily ribbon, and then things will really start to grow. Okay, 2037, 2036. And then on a weekly time frame, closing above like 2042 is going to be a big deal as well. 2043, it'll be a very big deal on a weekly time frame closing above there. So keep that all in mind. I don't have anything else for you guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you're a Toshi person and you're still here and you're like, how come you didn't pull up the ribbons for Toshi? You have a good point. Let's do it. Let's talk about Toshi then. Let's do that. We'll go back there for you. I assumed all the Toshi people left, but some of you are invested in both, which I think it's good. Invest in multiple. There's nothing wrong. Toshi, Turbo, we can both be friends and pump together. We can annihilate the bears together, okay? Weekly ribbon looks really good on Toshi. Just saying. Daily ribbon also looks good. But the thing here to keep in mind with the daily ribbon is you do not want to close a day below 00034. I guess it's not a big deal. You've done it before. I guess it's not a big deal. Yeah. Tell you what, if we close a day below 3074, we're probably going to go below 307. Okay, how about that? That doesn't mean it's a big deal. It just means we go a little bit lower than we thought originally, okay? Anyways, I got nothing else for you guys. It's okay to go below 3074. That doesn't mean that we're going below 307, but if you close below 3074, that means that we're probably going to go below 307. Anyways, hit the like button, subscribe, take care. Thank you all. Bye-bye.